Cheap beer shows up everywhere. In coolers at house parties, at tailgates, in crowded student fridges, and at backyard cookouts. Some of it is rough. Some of it is actually pretty decent. A few brands, even though they're cheap, have become real classics. Today, we're ranking 10 famous cheap beer brands in the USA, from worst to best. We'll look at how they taste, how easy they are to drink, and the kind of nights they fit. Most of these are light lagers, pale, fizzy, simple, made to drink cold, not to be complex. A lot of them use corn or rice along with barley to keep the flavor light and the price low. We're judging them as cheap beers, not as craft beer. Let's get started. Number 10. Keystone Light. Keystone Light is bottom shelf party beer. It is famous for being really cheap. You see it in huge stacks of 30 packs in college towns and in stories about broke weekends. When cold, it tastes very light and watery. There is a little grain flavor, almost no hop taste, and not much malt body. When it warms up, it turns flat and dull fast. People do not buy Keystone for flavor. They buy it when they care more about how many cans they can get than how the beer tastes. It works for beer pong and big parties where nobody is paying attention to what is in their cup, and that is about it. Number 9. Milwaukee's Best. Milwaukee's Best, often called the Beast, has a reputation as rough, old-school cheap beer. It is what someone buys when the goal is to spend as little as possible. The taste is grainy and a bit harsh, with a slight metallic edge if it is not ice cold. It feels heavier than some light beers, but not in a pleasant way, and it can feel tiring after a few cans. It shows up in stories about crowded house parties and whatever was cheapest beer runs. It ranks above Keystone because it has a bit more body and history, but it is still more legend than enjoyment. Natural Light, also called Natty Light, is classic college fuel. You see it in 30 packs before big games, tailgates, and student parties. It tastes light and thin. There is some grain flavor and a little sweetness, but not much else. If it warms up, it can take on a cardboard taste. Ice cold, it goes down easy, but does not leave much behind. People drink Natty Light because it is cheap, easy to chug, and easy to share with a huge group. It is not a beer you sip and think about. It is a beer you crush while yelling over loud music. Number 7. Busch and Busch Light. They are classic country and outdoors beers. You see them in coolers on fishing trips, hunting weekends, bonfires, and truck bed tailgates. The taste is simple and mild, but there is a little more going on than in the beers below it. You get soft malt, light corn sweetness, and a gentle bitterness. It is still pretty watery, but not totally empty. Busch is much better ice cold. Warm, it loses what charm it has. The mountain cans, the Busch sound from the ads, and the whole outdoors vibe give it a real identity, which nudges it above the pure bottom-tier party beers. Number 6. Rolling Rock. Rolling Rock is an old-school green bottle classic. The bright green glass and the number 33 on the label are easy to spot in a bar or pizza joint. It is a light lager with a bit more flavor than the brands below it. You get mild, bready malt, gentle grain sweetness, and a soft finish. The green bottle can sometimes give a faint, skunky note if it has been in light too long, but when it is stored well and served cold, it is smooth and pleasant. Rolling Rock feels like a step up from pure chug-only beer, still simple but clean and easy to pair with pizza, wings, and casual nights. Number 5. Michelob Ultra. Michelob Ultra is the light and fit beer of the lineup. It built its name on being low in calories and low in carbs, and you see it a lot with golfers, gym people, and folks who want to drink without feeling heavy. The taste is very light, soft grain, a little sweetness, and a quick, clean finish. There is not much bitterness or malt depth, but that is on purpose. It is made to be easy and refreshing, not big and bold. People pick it as much for how it feels as how it tastes. It is a beer you can drink over a long afternoon without feeling weighed down. Smooth, simple, and very drinkable, which keeps it comfortably in the middle. Number 4. Bud Light, America's default light lager. Bud Light is the default cheap beer for a huge part of America. It is at games, concerts, bars, and backyard cookouts. It tastes light and smooth. You get mild corn and grain notes, very low bitterness, and a soft finish. It is built to be easy to drink, not to stand out. For many people, Bud Light is just the beer you get when you do not want to think about it. It is neutral enough that almost nobody will hate it, as long as it is cold. It ranks high because it is consistent, familiar, and easy to drink for almost anyone in the room. Even if it is not exciting, it is reliable, and that matters for cheap beer. Budweiser, or Bud Heavy, is the classic American lager. Compared to the light beers, it has more body and more taste. You get fuller malt flavor, a bit of sweetness from the rice, and a clear but gentle hop bitterness at the end. It feels like a complete beer rather than just bubbles with grain flavor. Budweiser pairs well with burgers, hot dogs, fries, barbecue, and ballpark food. It belongs at cookouts and family parties. It ranks in the top 3 because it mixes price, flavor, and long history. It is still cheap and easy to find, but it tastes more like real beer than many of its lighter cousins. Number 2. Pabst Blue Ribbon, known as PBR. Pabst Blue Ribbon is both old school and trendy. It started as a working-class beer and then got picked up by indie bars, artists, and music scenes. Now bikers, hipsters, and older drinkers all grab the same blue can. PBR is a light lager with more bready malt flavor than many other cheap beers. It has a touch of sweetness, low bitterness, and a clean finish when cold. It is simple, but it feels honest and a bit fuller. It does not try to be fancy. It just tastes like basic beer done fairly well. That makes it easy to drink in dive bars, at shows, or around a fire. It has a real cultural footprint and a taste that, while not complex, is satisfying for the price. For many people, this is the good cheap beer that earns it the number 2 spot. Number 1. Miller Lite. Miller Lite is one of the original light beers, and it leans into the phrase, great taste, less filling. Compared to most other big light beers, it actually has more flavor. You get a bit more malt, a slight hop bite, and still a crisp, light finish. It feels more like beer and less like flavored seltzer. You can drink a few without feeling too heavy, but you still feel like you are drinking something with real taste. It shows up at bars, games, and cookouts, just like Bud Light. But for many people, the flavor is a little sharper and more satisfying. Miller Lite hits the best balance: cheap, easy to find, light, but still tasting like real beer. Among famous cheap beers, it is the one a lot of drinkers choose even when they could spend a bit more, and that is why it takes the top spot. Those are 10 famous cheap beer brands, ranked from worst to best. From harsh party fuel at the bottom, to everyday lagers in the middle, to a couple of cheap beers at the top that actually taste pretty good even when you are not broke.